Well, let's see if I remember how to do this. Hey guys, this is first live stream in a long time. Happy to be back on the air. We'll see how this goes. Just a bit of an impromptu live session. Gonna do some 3D printing. Hey Albert, hey Vikas. Cheers guys. Sorry for the hiatus on the live shows all summer, but it had to happen. So today I got my 3D printer back running last night, and I thought what a great opportunity to 3D print some parts for my new quads. And I have the printer set up. It should be preheated now, pretty much. Looks like we're in good shape. I'll just prime the nozzle a bit and then we'll see if we can find the part that I'm after. It's night there in India. Well, good evening. Work with a lot of guys in Chennai. I guess it is. It's only evening there, right? I think you're 7 hours difference than me, something like that. Well, I guess it depends on where you are. And I just gotta check this nozzle. Yeah, we're good. I even set up a second camera on the printer. Looks like we're good. And we'll go ahead. And so I got this Dubai 210 quad. And I haven't even assembled it yet or done a video on it. But I'm going to need a camera mount for it. And looking here, I think this is what we're after. Oh, it's 11:30 there. Geez, I didn't think it was that different. I didn't think it was that much different. This will work with the RunCam 2. It's a 30-degree up tilt, so it should work pretty good. And what does it look like? Yeah, we should be able to print that, no problem. I don't see why not. Let's go into the thing view. That's a good looking mount. That's pretty cool. So this is by Snappy FPV. I actually subscribed to him on YouTube just today when I found this part earlier. So let's go ahead and download it. For those of you who don't know, this is just thingiverse.com. Awesome place to get all kinds of parts for free. Desktop. I already had one there. Not that. There we go. Albert's from the Philippines. Cheers to the Philippines. And let me know if the audio and the video is alright. I had to reset everything, and it's the audio levels I worry about. Let me know if the audio is actually okay or not. I think the video should be pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and set up. So I use Repetier host, or Repetier, I guess it depends. Everyone calls it something, pronounces it a little different. And we want this RunCam 2 mount. We'll go ahead and bring it in. And that's what it looks like. That's what we're gonna print with any luck. So looking at it, there's plenty of base here. I don't think we're gonna need any raft. We won't need support material at all by the looks. Yeah, by the looks of the angle on this, no support material should be necessary, I don't believe. Thanks, Dirk. Yeah, the humming is probably actually from the printer fans beside me. Sorry about that. I can see that on the levels. I can drop the gain down a bit, and we can see whether we can get rid of it a little bit if you want. It's going to make my vocals quite a bit quieter though. Cheers, by the way, Dirk. Good to see you. Okay, let's go into Slicer. Nightbot still alive. That's funny. I think we'll do this at really rough because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So we'll do it at 0.3 layer height. It'll be a little bit faster. My printer is actually not fast at all, so it'll be a slow print no matter what. And let's bring this over here. We want this one, 0.3 resolution, 3 perimeters. That looks good. Infill 30%. Let's move that up to 40. rectilinear should be fine. We don't want concentric on this. Skirt and brim. Let's give it 2 loops because I'll talk about it more when we go to print. This is a brand new setup on this printer. No brim, we're good. And we'll save that. And we'll slice it. And we'll see how it comes out. With any luck, we'll be in good shape. Let's go back. Let's always keep priming your nozzle. I have the nozzle right up to 200 degrees right now, so you want to keep filament flowing through it so it doesn't bake in there and turn to rock. So there's our print, or what we're gonna expect to print. I think we should be in pretty good shape. What do you guys think? I think we might be all right. Guess we're gonna find out. What am I forgetting here, guys? Anything? Is 3D printing better for mass production? No, 3D printing is definitely not suited to mass production at all, really. It's more for prototyping. You can 3D print, like, say, the molds to go into mass production, but generally it's not fast enough yet, at least for, like, FDM printers anyway. David's here. Cheers, David. I'm gonna see if this 3D printer works. Nice to see you too, buddy. It's great to be live again. I'm sort of trying to remember how to do this. It's been a long time. It's been a really long time. And it's been even longer since I 3D printed anything other than last night when I fired up the printer. So that is a shot of the printer bed, and I know it's not the best, but it's the only other webcam I have. And we'll go ahead, let's prime this a little bit more and see what happens. So what I normally do is I print right on this glass mirror. It's actually a dollar store mirror. You'll see a video on this coming out on the channel in a few weeks. And normally I have no problem printing on the mirror, but actually this new filament that I just started using last night does not stick to the glass whatsoever. So I've gone ahead and made a slurry of this glue, good old Yoo-hoo glue stick, and wiped it on the bed. That's that haze you can see on there. And hopefully things will stick. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. Knock our dribbles off, and let's see what this does. Let's just start the print. What am I forgetting? Too much fan, that's what I'm forgetting. Turn that down. Zach's here. Cheers, Zach. We're gonna see whether this works. This poor printer has been neglected for so long, but I gave it a full tune-up last night, and we will see what it does. Sarah says you're awesome. I love you. Cheers, Sarah. Albert, do you use blueprints? Like blueprints as in like plans? I do for RC stuff. And how are we doing here? That print's actually looking pretty good. I know that's going to be tough to see. Here, let's see if we can make that a little bigger for you guys. Let me know if that's a little better. It's not going to be the best, but I'm going to be amazed if this thing sticks to the print bed, because I had no end of problems last night. I'm going to be really happy if it does. First layer is the key. So I find with this printer, this is an old, not the best printer, but I make the best out of it. I turn the fan down really low for the first print, and then about medium speed for any large width objects, and then stuff with fine, like really short runs and short lap times on the extruder, I give it lots of fan. And Sarah, can you do a dab? I don't know what that means. Albert, Cheers, Albert. Zach said, nice quads on your recent mailbag. I got to get some cash together for one. Yeah, those are going to be fun. This is, so you missed the beginning here. What we're actually printing is is a mount for the 210 camera for that Dubai 210 racing quad. This will be a mount for the Run Cam 2 or the Mobius, and I actually have a Run Cam 2 coming from Banggood for review, so I'll do a test on that camera. What are we doing on our print? Looks like we stuck. We're in good shape. The print's in good shape. So I'll do a review on that Run Cam 2, and we'll see how that goes. And then that Dubai 210 came from GearBest with the radio you saw in the video, and as well that folding quad from Hobby King. I'm gonna do that up as like the world's cheapest portable quad that I can just throw in a bag and not care. That's kind of the idea that I wanted, something that I'll actually take with me when I'm traveling. We'll see. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out just yet, but we'll see. I can't go in between. Oh, that's good enough. Albert says, "Sup, dude. Cheers. Beginner's Tech is here. Hey, the gang's all here. Cheers, guys." This is actually quite surprising. Surprising that I was able to even get this stream to work because I'm so rusty. But it's also surprising that I got you guys here as well. That's pretty cool. Thank you for the welcome back. Cheers. So, yeah, lots of quad stuff coming up. This little QAV 250 quad, I've been beating the heck out of it. Actually, I haven't harmed it in any way yet, but this is a really ugly build compared to what the 210 will be. This thing is great. I love this quad. I'm really impressed with it. For the price of them, those frames, like 20 bucks will get you that frame. It's craziness, so we'll see how that works out. I wonder what are the odds of us being able to get you a better shot. Much closer can we go? I can't open the door anymore, but I don't think I want to. We'll see how that goes. Beginners is going to be in and out. Cheers. At work. Rui's here too. Hey Rui, cheers. Happy to see you too. That's awesome. Jesus, the gang is all here. This is great, guys. Beginner's Tech, we are printing this. This is a mount. Oh, you can't see that. Duh. There we go. This is a mount for the Mobius or Run Cam that's going to go onto my Dubai 210 racing quad, which I haven't even built or unboxed yet, but I know I'm going to need it. So this will put a 30-degree up tilt on the Mobius or the Run Cam 2 that I have coming from Banggood, and hopefully be able to get some nice flight footage. If the printer prints it, which it seems to be off to a great start. This printer, I don't think I printed anything on it since last fall, to be honest. I've been completely away from 3D printing for so long now, it's ridiculous. It's actually quite sad. But I gave the printer a full tune-up last night, which actually consisted of just disassembling it, cleaning all the old sticky grease off of all the rods, and applying fresh grease to all the sliding surfaces and the Z-axis lead screw, and some belt change, and yeah, it was good as new. I did do a full video on that, but it won't go live for a few weeks. Beginner's Tech wants a quad, but he has a girlfriend, so it takes up his extra cash. Yeah, well, the cool thing about the quads is they're getting so cheap now. A radio system, you'll see my upcoming builds, my quick and dirty and cheap builds. 40 bucks will buy a radio system now, shipped right out of China. 40 bucks, $43 American will buy a Turnigy radio system that's awesome, works great. And then fully functional 250 quad frame, 20 bucks, motors, ESCs, and flight control, I don't want to put a price on that. It varies. It keeps dropping. This stuff's getting so cheap now. Vika says, I have a question. He's developing a watch-like device to help blind, and I want an enclosure. Do you have any suggestions other than 3D printer? Yeah, there's quite a few options. 3D printing is obviously the easiest, and if you don't have one, that's fine. You can send your design away and have it done at places like Shapeways and all kinds of other online. But if you want to do it by hand, like, you can probably find a project box on eBay for like $1 that would be approximately the right size. Just search for project boxes, or go to the dollar store if you have a dollar store wherever you live. Find all kinds of enclosures. Just look at all of the products and see if something is in the right shape of a box or an enclosure that would work for you. Other than that, there's some moldable plastic stuff you can buy. I don't remember the name of it. I always forget it. Which basically it works like Play-Doh, but it's plastic. You heat it up in hot water and then you can mold it. And once it cools, it's hard and will remain hard unless you'll really heat it up. Somebody in the chat maybe will remember the name of that stuff. A lot of modelers use it. I always forget. That's some ideas for you. And Albert, we're printing a mount for this FPV camera. And Dirk was printing 14 hours yesterday. Yeah, I'm such a slacker. I'm such a poor maker. I just have not been printing. Which is actually really, really sad. Do Amazon have 3D printer? Oh yes, you can buy 3D printers from Amazon. Lots of options on Amazon if you've got the money to buy pre-made like turnkey solutions, or go on eBay and find thousands of different kits, or places like GearBest or Banggood. You can get kits or pre-mades. It's just all in how much you want to spend. Lots of places, but definitely you can get them from Amazon. And Max said, hey, would like to say thanks for your great videos. Keep going, you help me a lot. Greetings from Germany. Thank you for the kind words, Max. Cheers. Oops, there we go. My screen cut out. Thanks, Max. It really means a lot when I hear those things. I'm glad I could help someone. I'm glad people like my videos. I keep trying to make them better. You guys are going to see quite a bit of differences in the upcoming videos, hopefully for the better. Sugru, that could be it, guys. That could be one of the names for it. It's not the name I'm thinking of. Instamorph. This is the stuff. Why don't I just use the power of the interwebs right in front of me? Instamorph. All kinds of projects here. I think Hobby King probably carries this stuff. 12 ounces of it, $16.99, which is plenty enough to make 1,000 watches probably. It's pretty good stuff. Instamorph. That's what I was thinking of, guys. Just need to learn to use the power of the interwebs right in front of me. Can you tell I haven't been live in a while? Let's see how this thing's coming along. It actually looks great, except there's one layer that looks like it has a tiny bit of a line in it. There might have been a layer adhesion problem. I haven't had that problem in a long, long time. That'd be weird if that's the case. It actually could be this filament. This is SaneSmart filament, and I haven't used SaneSmart filament in years, and I didn't even measure this stuff, so it might be a little smaller diameter. Friendly plastic. Bunny on a Bender says, yep, friendly plastic, another name for it. Cool. I imagine there's 100 ripoffs of that stuff now, because it's just really neat for people without a 3D printer. It's great. It works as long as you're not going to leave your parts in like a really, really hot car or something. Then it might start to soften up. And Vika says, thanks to make me videos. You are awesome. Keep it up. Cheers. FYI, my first name is Eric. I don't announce that enough in the videos, but Thank you very much for the kind words. Can't get the Sugru there where Max is. And Complete Sculptor has a decent modeling compound selection. Sorry, I'm just getting... Oh, it is Complete Sculptor, all kinds of stuff. Looks like they sell, yeah, all kinds of neat stuff for, all kinds of neat stuff for making things by hand, like enclosures and whatnot. That's great. That's another cool source. Didn't know about that. Thank you. Very cool. Albert would like to say thanks for making the video. You are welcome. And hot glue is probably the solution for everything. I fully agree. You can do an awful lot of stuff with hot glue if you want. You can make some pretty crazy things if you want to take the time to make them, like enclosures and mounts and stuff. You get creative and make molds, and you can use hot glue to make. I've made FPV mounts and stuff out of it. It works really, really neat. Why is my computer acting a little funny? All right. I'm just gonna have another quick look at this printer. You guys, here, I'll make this a little bigger for now. There's not much to see on this screen, so I might as well make it a little bigger right now. That webcam doesn't focus though. Dope. Yeah, that doesn't look the best. Oh no. I don't know what happened. I think I bumped the webcam. Crap. Great guys there if you have a question. Cool, Bunny. Multi-Hobby Man's here. Cheers! Been ages since you've seen me live. Yeah, it's been ages since I've been live. A long time, guys. Glad to have you here. Good to see you. Zach's gonna come back. Vika says, where are you from? Wish to meet you. I am in southwestern Ontario, Canada. And you can meet me at some of the major trade shows and stuff. I was at the Hackaday Super Conference last year. Yeah. Southwestern Ontario. Why? Let's see if I can deactivate. Activate. Got it. Let's see if that brings it back. Okay, good. We're back. I bumped the USB plug with my knee and killed it. That was a silly thing to do, wasn't it? Alright, I think we're in good shape. I think I'm going to reprint this and adjust the settings, but I'm just going to let this go. This one it won't be done for 52 minutes, so I'm not sure we'll stay live the whole time or not. It is a long enough print. It seems to be doing the job, but I can see there's definitely some layer issues. To be honest, I never use this 0.3 profile. It might very well just actually be the profile that's damaged. Never even used it on this computer. Let's see what we'll take a look at it quick. Yeah, Max, waiting for it to finish is like watching paint dry. Yeah, it's funny. Some people, yeah, it's a long process, but it never bothers me. I sit and stare at the stupid thing sometimes. Extreme 3D, hi to you too. And Ramon is here. Hey Ramon, what do you see being... Oh, greetings from the Netherlands. Greetings to the Netherlands, Ramon. This is nice that I don't have on my main live show. I can't stay caught up with the chat. Beginner's Tech said, what do you see as being the next big thing, like quads and 3D printing became bug, but what's next? I don't know. I really don't know. I think 3D printing is still very slow coming along to work for the masses yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. I'm not sure what the next big thing will be. I don't have a good prediction for that. Multi-Hobby Man said, when are you starting your live shows again? It helps me to listen to you while I'm doing housework. I don't know that we're going to bring the live shows back in the same format, to be honest. There wasn't a lot of interest in the Monday night shows compared to the other videos on the channel. Like, we had about 300 viewers that would tune in and watch those and the replays all together every week, almost exactly 300 people every time, which in comparison to like 1,000 that watch my other videos, pretty much, it's just not a lot of interest for the amount of time that goes into them. It's a lot of prep work to do those shows, and it takes some time to do the show, and I'm not sure whether we'll bring them back in the same format or not. I'm really not sure. I'm really debating it, to be honest. And live video of 3D printing. Yeah, actually, there's lots of people that have done live 3D print shows. It's not that uncommon, but this is the first one I've ever done, to be honest. Yeah. Okay. This layer problem. So first thing I'll do is check my layer height and first layer height are the same in both these profiles. It's the 0.3 millimeter we use today. It's 0.2 that I normally use, and 0.1 when I want really high detail. And then we only went with 40% infill. That's the only difference there, and that shouldn't matter. The speeds 3020 160 and 3020 160, all of them are the same, so weird. I'm not sure why we're getting that layer adhesion problem that you guys can't really see on camera, because that camera simply isn't good enough. But yeah, it could just be the filament is thinner where we're at now than the prints that I did last night. I'm not sure. You guys might be able to see this if it'll focus. This is a print that I did last night, and it came out really well. That's at 0.2 millimeters. And it's hard to get an angle on it where you can, maybe that. There you go. It's really, really smooth, beautiful, like tough as nails. The layer adhesion is just awesome. So it's really strange that I can see some lifted layers on this. This is the nature of 3D printing, guys. Yeah, there's definitely at least 2 layers there that didn't adhere worth beans. Easy to fix. What you can do if you have layer adhesion problems and it's only in one spot because there was a bad stretch of filament, basically the filament will be thinner in one stretch. It's just a quality control issue. If you do just get one layer and everything else is fine, tasty tidbit or a trick, thin CA glue, just dribble a little bit on the layer that's lifted and let it soak down inside, and then just wipe it off, and then you can sand it and clean it up after, and it'll be rock solid. Works great. Or you can just wipe it with a little bit of acetone or nail polish remover, and it'll basically melt the layers together. That works really good. Or you can vapor bath it, and that'll take care of any layers that didn't adhere perfectly too. Tasty tidbits. And Multi-Hobby Man said, shame as you were the only reason I kept up with the tech. We'll see, Multi-Hobby Man. I'm not sure whether we're going to bring the live show back in the same format. It's, like I said, we'll see. I know some people will be disappointed if I don't, but it's a tough call. I think I would almost prefer to do these impromptu streams instead of that format. We'll see. And Max Musterman said, what internet speed do you have in Canada? I guess you are faster than me. Probably not. I am running on 20 meg down and approximately 4.5 up ish. It's supposed to be 5, but it's not, and I pay extra, quite a bit extra for that up. It's usually only 2 meg up, which is not enough for me to do this broadcast. It's a fight that I've long fought with my ISP. In fact, I had to get them to make a plan with more upload bandwidth in between their existing residential and business for me, because I told them there are people like me who want to stream live video, and we can't without buying their silly business plan at like $300 and some odd a month, which is ridiculous. So they actually, because my ISP is a cooperative, I was able to get them to make a custom plan for me. It's a good thing about dealing with cooperatives. You are a voting member, and you can remind the chairman of the board that you will attend the annual meeting and make sure that you vote when the time comes. And they generally, it's not like they're going to bend over backwards for you, but at least they'll listen. And Beginner's Tech likes watching live shows and working on something, designing things. Yeah, I wanted to design this today, but truthfully, I suck at designing, and it's been a long time since I've designed anything in CAD, and it would have just been a struggle, so I decided to just print something. And Dirk said first layer should be 50% higher than the rest at 70% speed. That's a good call. That is a really good call. Actually, can we do that in my existing slicer? That is a good call. 50% higher at 3/4 or so speed, 2/3 speed, something like that. Yeah, I don't think I can set first layer speed. Nope. But I don't even think we can do separate for the first layer in my slicer. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm missing it. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. No, I don't think I can. I can't adjust that in mine. I've often thought that it would be nice to do that, but maybe in Cura or something you can. Neat. What else we got? What about every other week? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Every other week just gets confusing with schedules, I find, but maybe. We'll see. Zach's not far from me. He pays 100 for 100/10. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, it's ridiculous here, Zach. It would be nice for 100 down. 100 down. That'd be awesome. 10 up. That would be great. I'm cheating like hell to do this in 1080. I'm actually the way I'm getting around it is not the right way to do it to get a 1080 upload, and I am well below what the recommendation is for the upload, but it has worked for me for a long time now, so fingers crossed I can keep getting away with it. And max is 6.5 down. Tor is 80. That'd be crazy. And Dirk said speed tab. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that back up. This is something that I often meant to take a look at. Okay. On our speed, we have perimeter small, external infill, solid infill, top infill, support material, bridges, gap fill, non-print moves, travel, first layer speed. There we go. We can knock that down to 70, but let's knock that to 70 because I agree with that, and I don't know why this was set up so high. So let's get all of these down to 70. I used to actually do it quite a bit slower than that. I used to I used to print like 40%, but the first layer height, there we are. So we could go. What could we do for the first layer height? Actually, I'm gonna leave that alone. We didn't have any issues here. I've got that dialed in pretty good. I'm gonna leave the first layer height alone. But I do agree with slowing down the first one. We didn't have any problems with sticking this time, and now that I'm using this slurry on with this new filament, I don't think I'm gonna have any problems. I think we're good. This is actually working. That Yoo-hoo glue slurry actually worked pretty good, I think. We'll see. Zach said he wished he had symmetric. Yeah, me too. It's so lopsided here, it's ridiculous. Well, I can't run a speed test right now, but it's just stupid. I would even with my 20 down, I would give up just a bit of my. That's what I advocated too, is to give up some of my download in favor of up. And I told the ISP this because it makes no difference to their system at this stage. Like the fiber system that I'm on and the hardware I'm on, right at the trunk line here, that it's right down the street, they would feel no difference. It would be fine. But that's not how they operate. It's a monopoly. It's a price grab. They want to sell you the business package. So it's just what it is. And multi-hobby man said, you had no idea how you do this, designing and printing, but it's pretty cool to watch. Just wish I had the talent to be able to do this sort of stuff. Maybe you should do a series for idiots like me. Well, for one, you're not an idiot. And two, I didn't do anything here. This is something that anyone can do. This is what I did. I went to thingiverse.com and I searched for the Dubai 210 and I hit enter, and then I found this part and I downloaded it, and then I brought it into the print program and hit the slice button and then just hit print. There's nothing to it. There's so many free parts already on Thingiverse, already made. It's all there. Anyone can have success with 3D printing. And if you really wanted to get into really basic design, I did do 2 videos on how to design things in Google SketchUp, which is a free CAD program, and take them through to be 3D printed. Those videos are well outdated now, though. You can get free stuff from Autodesk now that does a far better job. Dirk said you can also disable the fan for the first layer. Yeah, I manually control my fan all the time. It's just what I do. For no good reason, I always manually control the fan, and I always have it on very low on the first layer, if not off, and then usually medium for like big parts. And then if it has really small, tight circumferences, short lap times on the extruder, I'll go really high on the fan. And then at the end, for me, I have custom G-code in my slicer. This is how I do it. This might be an interesting tidbit for people. Maybe. This might be old news for most people. Custom G-code. So my end G-code for every slice job, I home the X and Y axis. I do the kill extruder temp, kill bed temp, and then I do this M106 S255 turn fan on full. That turns the extruder fan wide open and then waits 100 seconds and then turns it off and then disable all molars. That's I found what happens if you don't run the fan really hard after a print, you'll get baking in the extruder nozzle over time, because the thing's sitting there at 200 degrees and it just goes and parks and just sits there and bakes the filament into it. Nothing's flowing through it. It's kind of silly. So I try and cool mine off as fast as possible, and since I've done that, I have not had a single clog. It's worked quite well for me. Tasty tidbit. Maybe it's old news to a lot of you guys. Maybe not, though. And Bunny said keep up the great content. Yeah, thank you. multi-hobby man, I need to get some of those 3D printed FPV antenna screw-on things. Oh, yeah. It's a SMA. I bet you if you searched for SMA nut, it would probably find it. Maybe. SMA nut. It might be under SMA wrench. Finger tightening nut, there's one. Yeah, that one's a customizable one. You can make it for any size. That would work. Here's the SMA quick tool. This would work too. Oh geez, you guys can't see it. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, these things work pretty cool. They just sit around the nut, make it easy to take on and off. If you have to take your FPV antenna on and off, that'll make it a lot easier, for sure. And Zach's on the when how the extruder fan is always on full power. Is that by choice, Zach? I find, or does it need that? I guess I should say. I definitely don't on my printer. I only need full tilt on the extruder when I'm doing really tight circumferences. Otherwise, you actually can run into adhesion issues by overcooling it, I found. So I control mine. You can also, I can set it in my settings in Slicer by the time, the lap time basically of the extruder and what speed to make the fan, but I still manually do mine. Multi-hobby man, better get myself a 3D printer. Yep, you should. They're great. They are simply fantastic. I'm going to take a look at this print though, guys. Yeah, it's definitely under extruding. It's not the end of the world. It's totally usable print, but it's definitely not my best work. I'm going to gonna have to adjust. There's something wrong with this filament. Must be thinner. I don't have my vernier up here. I should take a measurement of this filament. I'd go grab it, but I'll be away from the camera too long. Take a measure of this and adjust the base diameter, and if it needs to be, which I'm pretty sure it is. It's an overall under extrusion on the print. I can see the layers. There's little gaps here and there. Not big, but I can see them. Definitely not my best print. Yeah, can you increase the flow percent? Sure could. I'm not going to bother. Actually, can I even do that in this? Yeah, I think you used to be able to do it on the fly in Repetier. But you can, I can change it in the slicing settings, but because I know this printer is dialed in nearly perfect, I'm sure it's just an overall diameter problem. I've got this thing is pretty much bang on every time, like super smooth prints like this one, which is, again, it's really gonna be hard for me to get it so you guys can see the reflection there. Maybe you can see it there. Yeah, not the best, but no gaps, no nothing. It's really hard to show on a webcam. Almost perfect layers all the way through, and something changed, so it's got to be the diameter of the filament. Either that or I've got a partial clog starting, which is possible too. When I go to start the printer again, I'll be able to tell if it's a partial clog, because you just run the extruder at the beginning like I was, just flushing the extruder out, and if you see your filament curl at all coming out, you know you have a partial nozzle clog, and that can cause this under extrusion as well. And it's stock like that. It seems to be perfectly fine on the WAN. How there's a separate print fan with cool. Ah, the fan to keep the hot end. Okay, yeah. This behind the fan that you can see, there is an extruder fan on this as well. That just runs all the time. I gotcha. I thought you were talking about the cooling fan for the print. And Glitch just, hey Glitch, good to see you. He just cleaned his hot end. Probably could have used it much earlier, but it's back up to 100%. Yeah, it's funny how much it can destroy a quality of print. Just a little bit of partial cloggage. And Zach's had to torch his a few times. Max asks, can I recommend any filament? I can, actually. I have had great luck with the SaneSmart filament overall, up until just now, which is probably not the filament's fault. I've had great luck with the SaneSmart filaments. I've had great luck with a bunch of different no-name ones from Amazon. Personally, now, the way I purchase it, I go on Amazon.ca because I'm in Canada, and I search for the prime shipping, and there's usually 3 different vendors, and they're all the filaments coming out of the same factory. These people are all getting the same place and just rebranding it, and this stuff comes in at very, very cheap per roll, and it works great. No particular name brand, but if you want to name, the SaneSmart stuff is pretty good in my experience. All right. Where are we at with this? Yeah, it's definitely not my best print, but it's pretty darn good. I think once I measure that filament and dial that back in, I think we'll be in good shape. So we've got 28 minutes left to go on this. I don't think I'll... What have we got? Have we really been broadcasting for 47 minutes? Wow, that's crazy. I don't think I'll broadcast straight to the end. That's too long. That is too long. Glitch, this guess was he ended up with some sawdust in the hot end. Yeah, that sucks. Had the filament removed, some dust likely got into it. Yeah, that sucks. That'll clog them up. Sure as could be. Multi-hobby man, how much does it cost to print something like this? Do I still... I can give you an exact amount. Filament required. 3.9 meters. 3D print. I think job cost calculator. I used to have a standalone program on my computer to figure this out. Filament costs. Yeah, that's about right. Filament length. 3,900. Oh, come on. I'm gonna fill all that crap in there. What difference does it make? This says 37 cents for this job. Approximately. I don't know if it's factoring in hydro, but yeah, under 50 cents is totally reasonable for this, I would think, for this particular part. That sounds about right. I do have a little standalone executable program for that though. Wish I knew where that was. I'll probably have it backed up on another hard drive somewhere. I should reinstall it. Because I often, bigger parts, I like to look and see how much they actually cost to make. Max said SaneSmart has his own eBay store. Oh yeah, they have their own eBay store for sure. Glitch said acetone bath and it's all good. Advantage of ABS. Yeah, it sure is. I print exclusively ABS. I love it. A lot of people don't like it, but I sure love it. Dirk's out. Cheers, Dirk. Good to see you. And Zach's back. And he said, wow, yeah, the price is very cheap on these components. You can make, well, to buy these, I don't know what this would cost to purchase, like, as a, like, say you wanted a GoPro mount or whatever. If you've seen the prices of GoPro mounts, they're ridiculous. You can print them for 50 cents a piece, no problem. And just need some double-sided tape for the mounts in some cases. Glitch gets his from eBay, 15 to 18 bucks for a kilogram. Yeah, that's a really good deal. Cost me a little bit more because I'm in Canadian pesos, but yeah, that's a heck of a price. It's a really good deal. And Glitch is also ABS. Yeah, multi-hobby, man. It depends on, like, if you're a hobbyist like the rest of us, you will find an amazingly large amount of uses for the 3D printer, especially early on. You'll make all kinds of widgets for the house and replacement nozzles for the vacuum, and when you really do have a broken piece, like particularly vacuums that are you can't buy parts for, it's so easy just to whip up replacement parts or go on to Thingiverse and just download the files and print them. It's pretty crazy early on when you get a printer. You use it for a lot more than you ever considered possible. And then it goes in spurts for me, whether I use it a lot or not. And then a lot of the time it's easy to forget, hey, I have a 3D printer. I can make that instead of purchasing things. It's crazy. And propellers access, yeah. Well, you can make props for your RC stuff. And yeah, that's awesome stuff. Alright guys, I think I might... I heard a very weird noise from the printer. I don't like weird noises from my printer. I just tuned it up last night. It shouldn't make a single sound other than the racket it makes when it's running. It's not doing it anymore. Weird. I'm just gonna take a look. That's looking pretty good. That's going to be a good part, I think. We're getting up to the point where some of the circumferences are going to be pretty small, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit more fan. We'll go like half speed on the fan. And that'll be good. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it here shortly, unless you guys have any questions or anything you want to chat about. It's really good to hang out with you guys today. It was a lot of fun. It was good to do a live show again. I think this print's gonna be alright. This is gonna be good. Yeah, that's funny. The wives never understand. I printed a few small things for my wife early on, and she kind of thought it was kind of neat, but she'll never understand when I'm staring at it or tuning it or whatever. But that's just the nature of the way things are. They just won't get it, I guess. It's okay though. It's probably for the better, because if they get like, I know there's a couple of people I follow on social media of the females who have 3D printers that make all kinds of neat crafts and cosplay stuff, and I think once people realize all the things they can make, like even our wives, they'd be using the thing constantly. But unfortunately, the 3D printers are still not maintenance free yet, so we'd be probably forever having to get involved and fix them. Or maybe not. I guess some of the new printers are pretty good. Yeah, Glitch said you'd lose your printer. Absolutely. I think I would if she caught on to all the cool things that you can just download it already. You don't even have to design anything. I don't know. Is there a way to see how many parts are actually on Thingiverse nowadays? Do they have on their about page how many components they've got parts and things posted. I'd love to know the number. It's got to be ridiculous. Oh, here it is. No, that's not right. 607,000 3D models. Nah, this has got to be way outdated. There's no way they're only at 600,000 uploads. No way. It's way, way bigger than that now. I think they need to update their about page. I'm nearly positive. But yeah, so many things you can just download. You don't even know how to, you don't even need to know how to make anything. You just go ahead and just download them. Tons of cool stuff. Nightbot. Yeah, don't post too many repeating characters or Nightbot will get. Glad I could do a quick little stream with you, and I will catch up with you live again, hopefully in the near future. I'll try and jump on weeknights or weekends a little bit more now, except towards the end of September I'm going to be going on business again. I'll be back in Colorado for part of it. But when I'm around home, I will try and do some live shows, and maybe we'll see about bringing back the Tech Live Monday night show. We will see. We'll discuss that a little further. Maybe I'll do a little live show specifically for that. Lots of cool videos coming out on the channel, guys. I've got 5 in the queue right now. I've been going like crazy editing. I now have the Adobe Creative Cloud thanks to my Patreon supporters, guys. If you don't mind, consider supporting me on Patreon. It lets me get editing programs so I can make better videos for you. Really happy with where things are going. Really, really happy. And cool. I'm going to catch up with you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Cheers, guys.